Greetings, idealistic, emotional, selfless Pisces. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the September 2020 forecast for the sign of Pisces. And I'm going to start with a tarot reading, and then in the second half of the video I'm going to talk a little bit about the planetary transits for September 2020 and how that will affect Pisces. This is a broad overview. I can be way more specific and detailed when I read for people one-on-one, but I like to do these videos to give people a taste. And if you watch the video for your sun, moon, and rising sign, you can really get a picture. And so as we begin the month of September, dear Pisces, we see an unexpected twist of events for the better right off the bat. It looks like that full moon of Pisces, September 1st, is going to bring some good news. And you are covered by the Page of Pentacles. This is a young person, a student. So this is usually a child, and this could have to do with school issues or financial issues surrounding a young person or child. It looks very positive. For those of you who do not have children in your life, this could have to do with a business proposal or a business opportunity or a financial opportunity or gift. You were crossed by the Three of Swords in the month of September, so it looks like you may be dealing with the pain of separation or loss next in that month, September 2020. The base is the King of Swords reversed. So we see there is a man who is withholding information at best. At worst, he's being deceptive. This looks like around, I don't know, the 11th, 12th. What's leaving is Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this could be a feeling of lack or scarcity somehow. That's leaving. What could come into being is the Four of Pentacles. So this looks like saving money, investing money, being conservative, playing it safe. What will come into being? The Six of Swords reversed. So this is somebody returning from a trip around mid-month. Sometimes this card more figuratively represents that somebody is turning around their old ideas about something, and as a result, moving from a choppy emotional landscape to a more serene emotional landscape. Fears or insecurities have to do with a man who is unpredictable or flaky. The ground under his feet is unstable and uncertain. Others see you, the Lovers. So this is, it could mean that someone is in love with you. It could also mean that others see you as being in a very happy relationship. Positive feelings. This could be about your spouse, your romantic partner, your lover. This could also be about a visit with an old friend, a sweet exchange that's happening at the end of the month that you feel very positive about. And then the outcome is the Fool reverse. So it looks like you might be second guessing yourself about something at the very end of September as we head into October. It could also mean just a delay in a trip or journey, or a delay in starting something at the end of September. And that is the tarot overview. And now I'm going to talk a bit about the planets. So September 1st, as I mentioned, is the full moon in Pisces. So it's your full moon. The Pisces full moon is very psychic. It's very sensitive. It's very emotional. It's very creative. It's, Pisces rules poetry and dance and music and drums and all of these really beautiful things. So I encourage full immersion in any of that kind of stuff on this date, particularly for Pisces, because the full moon is emerging in your first house. That's the house of self, and it's the most personal house of the zodiac. It's the house that's our body and our identity and our self-expression. And so I would really do a lot of self-care during this time. This can be a very escapist full moon for people who like to indulge in like substances or other forms of escapism. So, be mindful of that. The other thing that I would say is that this full moon is sextile Uranus, and so it brings with it a surprise. I think that there's going to be some pleasant news that you're going to receive. It could possibly be something about a sibling, something about your neighbors or your neighborhood, or just in general some good news. And September 2nd through 4th, Mercury is forming a trine with Saturn, and Mercury is forming a sextile with Venus. So Mercury is the planet of communication. So there is, some good communication things happening on those dates. And it has to do with your 7th house and your 11th house, the Mercury trine Saturn. And this has to do with work, it might be your spouse's communication with your spouse and his friends and work, or your friends and your spouse and work. It could be your business partner, and pleasant communication around work things. And also Mercury sextile Venus is very creative communication, and it could be also very romantic communication around the 2nd through the 4th. September 3rd, Mars is square Saturn, and also Mars is square Venus. So this is a challenging aspect that's in the middle of that all. There is a little bit of maybe an argument or some tension between friends and finances, money and resources. Also, there could be some tension between children and money and resources, or your creative projects and money and resources around the 3rd. So there could be arguments or conflict. September 5th, Mercury enters Libra. When Mercury enters Libra, it's entering your 8th house. So there's going to be a lot of discussion from September 5th to September 27th about, there might be discussion of legal matters around your spouse's money. If it's not your spouse's money, if you're not married, it could just be discussion around will, inheritance, loan, debt, anything to do with other people's money. There could also be speaking or writing having to do with any of the 8th house topics like sex, death, rebirth, regeneration, transformation, things like that will be the topic. And September 5th, Pallas goes direct, and this is in your 11th house of friends. So this is a friend of yours who is, I think things will be turning around for them around this day. This is probably a friend who has been strategizing about something, and they are going to take an action on it in this day. And then September 6th, Venus enters Leo. When Venus enters Leo, it's going into your 6th house of health. So I think it looks like you're going to be really strong around this period. You might even be wanting to show off your body in some way around this time. It could be, I don't know. I'm going to keep going. September 7th and 8th, Venus is sextile Mercury. So this is great for creative writing. This is also good. This might have to do with a communication regarding physical health and other people's finances. It could be physical health and regeneration of some kind. That it looks like a pleasant conversation about some tough topics, or important topics, significant topics. September 9th, Mars is going retrograde. That's in your 2nd house. So whichever house Mars is going retrograde in, this is the aspect of the year, this Mars retrograde. For the collective, in a very already intense year, this is by far the most heated time. We are expecting a lot of civil unrest. Already in the Mars pre-shadow, we saw the explosion in Lebanon. We saw that the police are threatening to strike in Portland and New York. California record-breaking wildfires, record-breaking heat in California, record-breaking heat in Phoenix. There was another big fire in a hotel in Spain. And so this is just the pre-shadow. Oh, all of the athletes. Mars also rules athletes. Mars rules police. Mars rules explosions, guns, blood, knives. All of this is Mars. And so we see what the pre-shadow brought us, so we know what to expect in September, November. It's going to be even to a higher degree. However, in our personal charts, it's depending on the house that it is that it manifests. And for Pisces, it's in your second house of money and resources. So wherever Mars is traveling in that retrograde, we're getting a master class in that part of our life in the second half of 2020. And so for Pisces, that's money and resources, but it's also value systems and what you value. And so that is, that's a big theme for the second half of the year. September 10th, the sun is opposing Neptune. That's your 7th house and your 1st house. So this could be some vagueness having to do with your relationship. There could be some opposition, one person or the other, and the relationship could be feeling, maybe somebody is fantasizing, maybe someone is dreaming, maybe somebody's being deceptive. September 1st through September 12th and 13th, Mercury is in Antisha with Neptune, and that is the 8th and the 1st. So this has the air of, there's visions and dreams and ideals, but there's also the possibility of illusion and deception. And this would involve, you and possibly other people's money or resources. It could be your spouse's resources, or it could be, investor, donor, loan or whatever. September 12th, Jupiter goes direct in Capricorn. This looks like some good news or grace from a friend, possibly in business. September, and this might be something that, that we see more of throughout the year, a continuing story that I'll keep you updated on throughout until mid-December. September 17th is the new moon of Virgo, and that new moon of Virgo is taking place in your 7th house of relationships and marriage. And so new moons are a great time to plant the seeds of intention that we want to manifest. And so it's a great time to set intentions around your marriage. If you're not married, you can set intentions around exactly who you would like to marry, or what you would like a marriage to look like for you. This is also time to set intentions around any like a business partnership, and also lawsuits. If there's anyone who you're having a disagreement or dispute with that you want to clear up, it would be great to set intentions around that. Under the new moon of Virgo, it's in your 7th house, but because it's Virgo, it's also great to set intentions around the Virgo themes. And the Virgo themes are like about self-improvement, and they are about detoxing and purging and decluttering and cleansing and purifying. And the Virgo new moon can also be around landscaping and things, setting intentions around that, or around service to others as well. And also under the Virgo new moon, I think we can set intentions to just not be too critical to ourselves or others. And let's see, September, also at the new moon, that Mercury is square Jupiter. So this could be arguments about belief systems between friends and with friends and financial things, or friends and the topics of death, rebirth, regeneration, transformation, elimination. It looks like there could be challenging, maybe argument or debate about philosophy or belief systems. September 20th, Juno enters Scorpio, and that goes into your 9th house. So your spouse could be traveling to another country around that time, or you and your spouse could be having very deep discussions about travel or exploration of some kind. Let's see, September 20th, 21st, Mercury square Pluto. That also brings together your 8th and 11th house. So again, this is more about friends and these deep 8th house topics. It could be that it's friends and money issues. It looks like secrets are coming out. It looks like there could be resentments that are being dealt with. September 22nd, the sun enters Libra. It's the fall equinox. This is the time of the year that we reap what we sow. It's the balance of the year, and Libra will be, the sun will be traveling through your 8th house, so it's going to highlight, September 22nd through October 22nd, the sun will be highlighting all of those 8th house issues that I keep talking about over and over, but those are the issues of sex, death, rebirth, regeneration, transformation, other people's money. So that's loans, debts, investors, donors, your spouse's money. It could be wills, it could be inheritances. That's why it's best for me to work with someone one-on-one, because we can identify, which of it and follow the storyline. But for some people, it'll be one specific theme, and for other people, it'll be manifesting on multiple levels at once, and it really depends on your individual birth chart. And let's see what else. September 23rd, this is a big one. September 23rd, Mercury is square Saturn, and Saturn is square Mars. And so this brings together your 8th house, your 11th house, and your 2nd house. So it's like these different issues in your life that have maybe been over here might be all coming together in one place, and it has to do with friends and money, and friends and your money and your spouse's money, and it could be, I don't know, just contact me for a reading. And September 24th is the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is different than Mars retrograde, which I already told you we're in the pre-shadow of that from the 9th. But Mercury is about communication. And Mercury is actually going retrograde for the 3 weeks leading up to the election, and it's stationing direct on election day. And when it stations direct, the last time that happened on an election day was in 2000, and when that happened, we found out Gore was president, and then later we found out Bush was president, and then there was this long recount and all these, like, a legal situation. And from the planets, it looks like we're going to be in a similar situation. So I want to say, try and get in your mail-in ballot before September 24th, if possible, before the shadow, and try and get a mail-in ballot and deliver it by hand. Try not to even mess around with the post office. But yeah, and September 27th, Mercury enters Scorpio. When Mercury enters Scorpio, it's entering your house of the 9th house, and so I think you will be having very deep philosophical conversations during this time. There might be deep talks about religion or spiritual beliefs. For some people, this may be like, if you're in university, this means you'll be diving into a big research project at this time. For some people, if you're not in university, you may be starting to do some research on some places in the world that you plan to travel to or explore at some point. You might just be doing some research of your own on religious or spiritual matters. All of that, cross-cultural experiences, talking about, writing about, researching about, learning about. Also, it could be about publishing or broadcasting, that you're writing, learning, talking, listening about that. So all of those things, Scorpio goes deep. Scorpio probes, it researches, it digs, and that's at the end of the month. So that is the forecast. If you like the video, Pisces, give me a like. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please share this video with other Pisces. And please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. There I do daily updates and stories, and I do weekly or daily updates in my feed. And it's information that adds upon the information that I share here with my monthly updates, and keeps the information refreshed, and I keep adding to it as the month goes on and unfolds. So I really appreciate you joining me, and thank you so much, and have a wonderful September, Pisces.